Hello and welcome to this Flow Call Flow utility. I'm Dr. Flow. I'm also known as Serge Luca and I work for a Belgian company called Power Platform Associate. So the goal of this Flow Call Flow utility is to provide a way to analyze your code. So let's say you have 100 of flows and some flows call other flows. So you have generic flows called by other parent flows. So you don't want to know exactly which one call which one, because if you change a very popular generic flow, it can have a huge impact on your application, right? So this is why I did create this utility. So now let's take a look at how this works. Okay, so let's go to Github, and here you can download this zip file and this PBIX file. Okay, so the zip file contains the Power Platform code, and of course the PBIX is for the report, Power BI report. Now let's go to your environment. So here I'm going to an environment where the Power Platform Center of Excellence toolkit has been installed. So we're going to analyze this. So you just need to import your solution package. You need to create a connection, a Dataverse connection if you don't have any. Import, so it will take about a minute to import. Okay, now the package, so the solution package has been imported. We will run the flow. The flow is actually this one, FCF, so flow call flow. Okay. And run flow. So the flow will analyze all the flows across all solutions in your environment. So it will take some time. It can take several minutes. Okay, so I will pause the video a little bit. Okay, so the flow now succeeded. And what you need to do is to open up the Power BI report to analyze all the data that have been stored in a Dataverse table. Let's is opening the PBIX file. You will have to retrieve your database location. So the Dataverse location in your environment. Okay, so this is your environment. You need to go to advanced settings, just click there, and this is the location of your database, right? So just copy this string, go back to Power BI report, and here click on model, click on transform data. So for each table you'll have to change the data source. So transform data, and let's go to the first table. As you can see here, select source, and just need to change this. Okay, same for this one. source, change it. Well, I already changed it, but you need to change it, right? Same here, source, change it, color solution, change it, and call solution. Okay, so when it's done, just click on close and apply. Click report, refresh. Yeah, it takes a while to grab the data from the database. Okay, so now this is your report, right? So you can see the parent flow, the child flow, okay? And the type of trigger, so the parent flow trigger here. So you can see that this one, for instance, is triggered by a button, right? This one is recurrence. So for instance, here you can see, if you sort that here, you can see these child flows. So for instance, this flow, fetch localized text, is called by many parent flow. Okay. Also, so you can see which flow call which one. Some parent flow don't call child flows. Here you can see, so child flow is blank. Also, you can see the color solution. So I need to improve this. Okay, so this does not work as expected. So I mean the color solution. Same for the call solution. It's not perfect. As you can see, we see active solution. So I need to change that. But now you see the one-to-one relationship between the parent flow and child flows, right? So in the future, I might display the indirect link between the parent flow and the child flow. So for instance, a parent flow call a child flow call another child flow. So that means you have a link between the parent flow and the second child flow, right? This is something that we need. And the way this works is that if you take a look at the code, so if you are curious a little bit and you want to see how this works, so you can go to the flow code and you will see that what I do is I go to the process table. So in the Dataverse, you have the process table that contains the link to every flow. And in the process table, I try to find the child flow. So how do I do that? Well, for each workflow in the process table, there is a some JSON column called client data. So that's where you get your flow code. And what I need to do is to find all the places in each flow in the JSON where we call a child flow. And you can only do that by using an XPath query. So that means you need to transform the JSON to XML. Okay, so you need to make your JSON compatible enough to be XML. Okay, and then you can try to find all the pattern that show that your flow call a child flow, as you can see here. Okay, so it's an interesting transformation here, right? Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed this small flow call flow utility, and I will provide a new version soon. Thank you very much.